Good morning, everyone. Derek here, and this is Hiking to the Sunset. We're back out here for another adventure. It's currently mid-December. We're parked up here at a little trailhead deep in the Elk State Forest. I think at the most northern reaches of it. I mean, we're really out here driving up through here. We pretty much came through the entire Quijano Wild area, drove through some spots where I've been before. We just drove through all that, kept going. Got into, I think it's Cameron County here. Mountains, just come through here, mountainous. Turned off a forest road, came about 3.5 miles up, and here we are currently. The plan is we're gonna head up into somewhere behind me here. Should be an area known as the Square Timber Wild Area. Don't know a whole lot about it. Wasn't really able to find too much stuff in research. Maybe one small write-up about it. Basically, it's remote, it's mountainous, great for seclusion and hanging out. So we got a backpack over here. We got ourselves the old trusty Baltoro, the winter pack. Got that thing loaded down. We got a hammock, plenty of gear, some fun stuff. So the plan is head on out here into this wilderness area. I know it's going to be mountainous at some point, and try to find a place to camp. We're going to do some hammock camping tonight. One nighter. It's still pretty early, so we should have plenty of time to get out here, hang out. All right, and that's that for now. All packed up. Hoping I didn't forget anything. If I did, at this point, we're just gonna have to make do without. And hopefully we'll be back in this area sometime tomorrow morning, late morning maybe. So currently, we're making our way up this old forest road here. This is the road we drove in on way down at the bottom of the mountain. Right now we're high up. We're at close to 2,200 feet in elevation up here. So definitely high for Pennsylvania. And right now we're on, I believe it's the Bucktail Path, which is, I think it's a 30-something mile, I could be wrong, point-to-point trail up here in the wilds of Pennsylvania. From what I've read about that one, pretty remote trail. Doesn't see a whole lot of use and can be rugged and a little not that well maintained. I'd be interested to hike that at some point. So we're on a small section of that right now. We're gonna follow it up for a little ways, and then we're gonna branch off and start try to make a little loop, basically going into the heart of this Square Timber Wild Area. On the drive up here, the temperatures have been fluctuating right in the mid-20s. So I think it's still below freezing right now. Doesn't feel too bad. My fingers are a little cold. Lows, I don't know, like the forecast in southern Pennsylvania, where I'm from, is like 20s, but up here it was showing around freezing. And I just do not believe that. It was easily at some points in the low 20s on the drive up here, and I fully expect that tonight. So I'm prepared for that. Shouldn't be an issue. I've just been hiking along. I think I already missed a turn off where I'm supposed to turn. I've just been following this road, kind of walking. Haven't really even gone that far yet. So I turned around, heading back up. I think I saw where the turnoff was. I thought I saw orange blazes on the other side. So I checked the map, and the Bucktail Path splits off from this road pretty early. I thought it actually followed this road for a good bit. So yeah, you know, typical adventures out here, man. We're already getting lost. We're just getting started out. What are we even doing, man? Scanning the trees right now for orange blazes. I don't see any. Wait, I think I see one down there. Yep, there's an orange blaze. So the trail must... So the trail must have split off somewhere up this way, and I just completely missed it. Luckily, we didn't go too far down the wrong path here. First thing in the... Well, it's not really morning anymore, but first thing in the trip. So let's see if we can find where this trail split off is at. For the sake of time, I'm just gonna cut across here. It's right here. Okay, yeah, the Bucktail Path follows this power line pathway. So somewhere up close to where you park, it'll begin, and then you can cut across wherever. If you pay more attention to me, you'll see where it cuts off, but it has to be close to where the parking area is. Made it out here to a little turn in the trail. Already started working up some heat, a sweat. So I already had to stop, shed a layer. You always want to do that. And that's just kind of the thing about winter backpacking, colder weather backpacking is, like, say fresh out of the car like me, I was freaking cold. I put on layers. Once I get hiking like in this ground, kind of higher grass, snow, you start to work up a sweat really quick. And when that happens, you just gotta stop, take a break, take your pack off a little bit, slow down, kind of vent out. You just don't want to let yourself build up a sweat, because, you know, in the daytime it might get up in the 30s, whatever, pretty warm. But then as soon as that sun starts to drop and temperatures plummet into the 20s, if you're wet with sweat, you know, you're just gonna get really cold, and it could even transfer into your hammock for the night and just make it even hard for you to really get fully warm at night. When you just have that layer of like wetness and sweat on you, that can really linger when you're trying to sleep and just kind of make things tough. So it's always best to just take your time, take breaks when you're hiking in these kind of conditions. And that's why we kind of we always plan out lower mileage trips in the winter. This one, I don't know exactly how many miles this trip is, but my best estimate is between 6-7 is my best guess. We'll see how close we are to that at the end. Okay, here's our first trail juncture, letting us know that we are on the right path. This is Big Run Trail, but I believe this is actually Big Run Right Fork. So tomorrow we're going to be coming out from down in there, somewhere all the way down. You probably can't see it, but down in that valley over that way. So for now, we're going to continue up on the Bucktail. Further up this way, we're going to catch the Square Timber Trail. That's going to loop us around back to this Big Run Trail, and then the Right Fork Big Run. And that's what we're going to hope is going to comprise our loop. To the right of me over here, they have it posted private land. I'm seeing lots of deer blinds, deer stands. And that was one of the reasons I was going to come out here and do this like last week. And that was still the last week of deer rifle season here in Pennsylvania. So I decided to just wait another week, let deer season rifle be completely over, and then come out and not have to worry about deer hunters at all. But I'm not quite sure how this public land works, because I know it's all elk state forest over there, so they must have a tiny bit of land in here somewhere. Because this whole area is state forest land. This pack, I think I weighed it before I left. I was at around 33-ish pounds altogether, which ain't bad. I mean, for winter. And I don't mess around in the winter. I bring everything I think I'm going to need, because why mess around, you know, in the winter time. I want to make sure I have everything I have to be safe, but also to be comfortable and to have fun, because that's really the whole point of coming out here. Perfect. So we came out to trail junction here. Bucktail Path swings around, heads back up that way, and the square timber trail, the one that we've been looking for, goes on down this way. For the most part, I think it's going to stay kind of on the top of the plateau, skirting the edge of it, and then maybe a couple more miles, and then we'll look for the junction for that other trail, and then that's when I believe it's going to start going very steep downhill, losing elevation, and anywhere from there on there should be water, and I'll be open to look for camp pretty much anywhere once we get onto that other trail. I would like to get down a little ways, so I have less to do tomorrow, but I also don't know what any of the campsite situation would be like. So I'd like to find a fire ring, because, you know, I want to have a fire tonight. We're really close to the shortest day of the year, so we're going to have a lot of time in the dark out here to be hanging out. It's really cool up here along this ridge. So we're on a ridge. There's a big gorge flowing down through here. More ridges and mountains on the other side. Feels very, very remote out here. All I see is mountains, no signs of civilization. Like I said, this is a wild area, so just a large area meant to preserve the wild and backcountry feel of it. No roads. I mean, the nearest road must be far on the other side of any of these mountains. So if we're looking for seclusion to camp and hang out tonight, I definitely think we found that here tonight, especially considering the time of year and the temperatures. I'd be really surprised if we saw anyone else out here. Plus it's a Thursday, so I think we're gonna have the whole woods to ourselves. For whatever that's worth. At least from humans. I don't know what else is out here, but... Alright, what do we have in here that we could snack on? That I can get to? Beef jerky? Yup, let's do it. It's crazy to think, but I did just have to stop and take off my fleece layer. So I'm down now just to my sun hoodie that I always hike in. But when you're doing, you know, we got a little climb here to do with all this weight on your back, you just sweat. So take them layers off. Try not to sweat as much as you can. Got a little hungry. Found a little beef jerky, classic. Gonna snack on this as I hike up the hill here. Didn't really bring a lunch. Kind of ate breakfast and got all kind of stuff to eat once we make it to camp. So definitely want to try to make that push for camp. But this area and this terrain is just beautiful up here. We're just hiking in amongst all these mountains. You know, nothing around. It's great. Wow, dude. Look at all this wood up here. Cut wood just sitting here. At the most random place in the woods. There's like nothing around here. There's not even, you know, there's no campsite that I could see. No fire ring. Some of that's really dry. That would be great for a fire. Oh my gosh. That's a weird one. I wish I had some of that tonight. Awesome. Came out to Big Run Trail here. This is the turnoff we were looking for. The next section of our loop. And from what I can see on topo map, this is going to kind of slowly start working us down into this drainage that we've been hiking along all this time. So I expect we'll be losing elevation, and the maps also show there's pretty much a creek hopefully running all along here, and then even on the trail that would take us back to the car. So pretty much at this point, if we see any good campsites by water, I'd probably be more than happy to take it. But we'll just have to keep hiking and see what we come upon. Like I said, there's not a lot of stuff written about this area or this loop, so haven't seen any like established campsites the whole time I've been back through here. But you know, maybe there'll be more likelihood of finding something down by water. And if we don't find anything, we can always make a small fire ring. So there's enough rocks around, kind of improvise, so shouldn't be a problem. Very slow going, as is to be expected. Making my way down here into this canyon. You just got rocks, logs, and leaves. So it's impossible to go very fast. I'm actually, I'm definitely making sure I take my time here. So I definitely wouldn't want to get injured out here in this remote of an area, and especially at this time of year. So slow and steady is the name of the game here. We're not in a rush. We're doing all right on time. I love hiking through this type of forest. Evergreen, pines, everything's so lush even in the wintertime. Sun shining through, it's just very tranquil and peaceful. And the trail slope has graded out some now, so it's much easier to hike along. So this is very, very enjoyable area of this wild area for sure. This is beautiful in here. I hope we're camping in something like, whoa, fuck. All right, watch where you're walking, Derek. I hope we camp somewhere like this tonight. For sure. Man, look at that sun. It's down in the hollow. It's literally about to go behind the tree line. And it's only 1:30. Are you kidding me, dude? I mean, I guess we are very close to the shortest day of the year, so it's gonna get dark on us quick. That's why I wanted to get here as early as I could to try to find camp. Man, it's like, where am I at right now? It is like stunningly beautiful down here in these woods. What a treat to find this today. So right back there's another stream that came into this one, definitely getting bigger. And now heading down through here, though, it looks like the trail might start to cross back and forth across the creek. Which should definitely make things interesting. It's always something. There's always a challenge or obstacle to face out here. No matter how short of a trip or anything you think, there's always going to be unexpected things, challenges. So we're doing pretty good still. It's pretty much right on 2 o'clock now. Just making our way down. Still going down. We're down to about 1,350 feet, which is pretty close to the lowest elevation I think we're going to be getting on this trip. Might get down to around 1,300, but that'll be it. And I think we're getting pretty close to the turnoff trail. That'll take us all the way back up the mountain, back towards the car up there. I have not seen one established campsite so far. Like primitive established campsite, which is interesting. So pretty much if we get to where that trail junction is, turn onto it, and it's getting ready to start climbing back up a big mountain. I ain't climbing up no mountain tonight. At that point, I'll just find some trees, hang the hammock, and then we'll just take it from there. If we end up not having a fire, it's okay. I'd like to have one because it's early. We'll just see what kind of rocks are around, if we can make a fire ring. If not, you can just do a lot of relaxing in the hammock. I'm always down for that. All right, so here's the current situation. We made it here to the junction of the Big Run Trail right fork, which heads back up that way. I think a mile, 1.3 or 1.6, all the way uphill back towards the car. And there's supposed to be a creek coming down along this trail, meeting up with the one that we were following. And there's not any water in any of the creeks right now. So that's definitely a problem for us right now. So what I think I'm going to do is just head down this way a little ways. As I was coming down from up there, the creeks would sometimes go underground and spring back up. So I'm going to walk down this way a little ways, see if it comes back out of the ground, any water comes up. And if it doesn't, then we're going to have some choices to make here. This is the creek bed I'm standing in right now. I came down a ways to see if it would spring back up, and it hasn't. And I don't want to go too far down that way chasing water that may or may not come. So, I mean, I'm going to hike back up, get to the junction, take a second to think. But then most likely, I'll just backtrack to wherever that water comes back up from the ground, wherever it went in at, and try to find a spot to set up camp around there. It's really going to be the only option. Other than hiking out like close to 1,000-foot climb tonight, and there's still no water up top that I know of to camp. So I want to camp tonight. You know, I didn't come all this way not to camp, so we're gonna make it work. So I'm hiking up the right fork now a little ways. Creek bed dry. I'm trying to see if I can find any water. I can't tell if I'm going crazy or if I'm hearing some water up there. Let's go check it out, I guess. Keep going. I'm not going to get too far. I swear I hear something. I don't know what else it could be. I hear water, dude. I'm sure. Here's oh shit. Here's the creek bed. That's water, dude. I hear it. That has to be water. Come on. Show me some water. Holy hell. I hear it. I hear it. Where are you at? Come on, where are you at? I see a trickle. Let's go. Look, right here's the very spot where it goes underground. Dry. Water. Oh my God. Okay, so now I'm just gonna look around for some trees to hang on. See if I can find any decent spot up here. Let's go. I'm so glad we found some water. So glad I decided to come up this way. It's like I knew there had to be water somewhere. They're marked on like GPS and maps. Like what I said back at the other creek, I seen it go underground and come back out a couple times. So I'm just like, I know the water has to be somewhere. Oh man. So I keep pushing my way a good ways up here. Definitely ready to stop hiking. I'm tired. Just can't find anything that looks too good. Probably being a little picky. I saw a couple things that could work. I see even like up in there, definitely probably some stuff could work. So I just need to quit being picky here and find something that I can make work. The situation right now, the trail's right down there, still water flowing. Hiked up a good, I'm not even sure how far, but a good ways. Just couldn't find anything good. It was really tight down in there. Widowmakers and all that kind of stuff. So I just came up off the trail a little bit, up on this hill, and it's like really clear. Found a couple trees. It's not that flat, but I can make it work. So I'm just gonna set up here for the night. I'm gonna clear this out a little bit under here, get working on setting up. So fire, yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen tonight. I could build a fire ring down there and have one. I kind of probably don't feel like doing that, but we'll see. So either way, I can hang up here. It's gonna be a clear night, I think. I got a great view of the sky. I can look at the stars, do some astrophotography, and just hang out. I got a bunch of snacks, got a bunch of food. I'd like to have a fire, but I really don't know if I feel like building a fire pit and collecting firewood all by myself. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that one's in the cards. We'll see how the afternoon goes. Oh, we're getting somewhere. I don't mind a slightly loose hang. That's looking pretty good, honestly. I could tweak that a little bit if I need to. I hang these straight up like this, so sometimes some of the down migrates. I just want to make sure that it's evenly distributed here. It's going to be a cold one tonight, I'm sure. Oh, that's awesome. No knots. Thanks to Dan from Backpacking Adventures for that tip on how to put away your bear bag line so it doesn't give you knots. That's freaking awesome. See if this little branch here has enough weight to get it up there. It's kind of high. Let's give her a try. Yes, sir. First try. Let's go. Wow, that's high up there. Holy shit. There's one of my least favorite backpacking chores knocked out. Got the bear bag line hung, still light out, so that's good. We got some improvisation going on here. The ground's so unlevel, so I took a few stones here. Kind of leveled out some ground, heating up some water for some coffee, which I have already over here. Got the AeroPress kind of secured in there so I can brew my coffee. Tonight is, where are we at? Kenyan, which is known to be like Ethiopians. Very like fruity and sweet. All that kind of good stuff. It's going to be amazing out here. I'm pretty well situated. I think once I get this coffee to brew up, probably just gonna kind of lay in the hammock and drink that for a while. Sunset, I can see the last kind of pinkish, bluish light going over the horizon, so it won't be long now. But it's really only like, I think not even 5 o'clock. Yeah, just going on 5 o'clock. Sun's going down. Not doing a fire tonight. So it might be just a night to hit the hammock really early. I know there's going to be some stars popping out tonight though. So I might do some astrophotography. Some stuff with that. And then maybe get to sleep early. Got up early this morning. We'll see. I still probably got to put this tarp up. Probably be a good idea. Coffee's brewed up, ready to go. Got some snacks. Got a hammock with quilts. I'm about to take this stuff, try to finagle my way in here, relax, eat some snacks, and drink some coffee. Probably listen to some music here. And then we'll get to cooking some dinner a bit later. Check out this little night core light I got right here. I got to double check what the name of it is. This thing is tiny. Can give a little light. Spare light. Super light. I just have it on this heavy headband right now. Just wanted to try it out, see what it's like. Pretty cool. Give me a little light in there. Sun's already gone down. I got some headphones in. Coffee right over here. Some snacks. It's only 5:30, dude. What the hell? Feels like it's bedtime, man. Somehow it's already after 8 o'clock out here. Just been hanging out, checking out the stars, messing around, whatever. But it's now time to get dinner ready. Got some water boiling up for... Gonna have some beef stroganoff tonight. And I got an appetizer, a pre-course, already warming up over here. And that's gonna be a lasagna. One of the small mountain houses. It's pretty much once this water gets together, I can put it in there we're gonna eat the first course. So we're just gonna chill out in the woods, eat some food. All right, it is time for course number 1. We got some Mountain House lasagna with meat sauce. I've had these for a while. I ate one like years ago as a appetizer when I think I had the spaghetti. So I had lasagna and spaghetti. I was about to try this thing out. Let's see here. You guys probably won't be able to see it. You might be able to. Looks like freeze-dried lasagna. Alrighty. Not bad. It's already starting to get cold. I've had it sitting out here for a little while. It's pretty good, really. I'm not going to hate on it. Too bad. These size meals are interesting. .91 ounces, 240 calories. Like, I don't really know what the purpose of these is. The only thing I can come up with is like an appetizer, or a really small meal for someone. But that's not going to be enough food when you're backpacking, man. I want to drop this in my hammock. Not bad. Maybe I'll give it a 7, 7.5. I let it get too cold. It's been sitting out here for a while. Do they make a bigger one of this? I'm not sure. I'd eat it if they made like a 800,000 calorie one of these. Got the old standby Cholula hot sauce. Man, my voice is really echoing down here. If there's anyone anywhere near here, they'll probably hear me like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? We're just drawing attention for God knows what. Okay. Get in there. Certainly making a lot of aromas out here. Oh yeah. Nothing like a hot beef stroganoff with hot sauce. Out in the woods on a cold night. Alrighty guys, it's about 9:45 already out here. Just been cleaning up, hanging out, getting camp squared away, nice and situated. You can see everything's nice and organized, unlike it was earlier. Got that all situated, got the hammock set up. Hopefully on there all good for the night. With the quilt protector, I'm going to pull the tarp down over me, try to keep any wind off me, and hopefully we'll have a good warm night's sleep. Not really sure exactly how cold it's going to get tonight, like I said, but it's completely clear out here, so I mean, there's no telling how cold it could really get. Wasn't in the forecast, but we'll see. Getting a little tired, so yeah guys, I'm about to get in this comfortable hammock here, call it a night. and I will catch up with you guys in the morning. I'm not setting any alarms, so I'm going to sleep in until, well, however long I can. We'll see. 8:15 in the morning, just about. Out here in the Square Timber Wilderness. Slept really good last night. Slept warm. Pretty uneventful night. Nothing really happened. Just went and grabbed my food down, and right now, just debating if I want to make these biscuits and gravy. If I don't feel like waiting for them, I'm just going to eat like a cold Pop-Tart or something, get straight to coffee. I don't know, man. Coffee kind of sounds a little better right now. Just after 10:30 now, if you can see behind me here. Sun's finally coming up over the gorge here. I definitely don't move fast at all in the wintertime. There's no like rushing around. Like I said, it's a little after 10:30. I just filtered up with the rest of the water that I had. I think that should be enough, plenty to get me out of here. Water kind of partially froze last night. But not fully. So, somewhere around freezing, I guess, last night. Probably not in the 20s. Which is nice. Like I said, slept very warm. So, we got everything packed up, pretty much. We're about to get this pack on so we can start completing this hike here. Alright, there's one last look at our little stealth spot for the night. We hung on these 2 trees right here. And did my final checks. Doesn't look like I'm forgetting anything. Really can't tell we were there except for the little leaves I cleared out underneath the hammock there. No big deal. And trail is right down there by the creek. We're coming up from that way. We're going to continue this journey up on that way. Sun peeking up over the mountaintops now. It's already getting warm. I think it's going to be a pretty nice day today, really. All right, let's go find another place to camp for a second night. I don't have enough stuff for another night, or I would think about it. I think I'm going to do another one of these trips in a week or two. It's a funky reggae party, and it's tonight. There's the tree we hung our food off of last night. Watch, a quarter mile up the trail somewhere, there's going to be like a campsite with an awesome fire ring. That'd be hilarious. Oh man, what the fuck? Good Lord. I'm gonna go up that way, cross around up there. Just checking the topo on my GPS here. Looks like we're going to be gradual for a while, and it's going to be a pretty steep climb, I think, because we're really not that far from meeting back up with the bucktail pack. Maybe like I'm not even sure exactly, a half to a mile in there. We're at 1,582 feet in elevation right now, and we got to get back up to, I think, like 22. So definitely gonna be some climbing involved if we want to make it out of this place. There's really not much of a well-defined trail here. We keep crisscrossing back and forth on this stream here. It's kind of just find your best path, keep heading up the stream. Definitely rugged and remote back here. Made it up to about 1,800 feet in elevation right now. Made it back up into the snow line. But really not a lot of sunlight gets down into this drainage here. So far down through here, you can see behind me everywhere we've been coming. The defined trail is really hard to see. Just kind of pick your own path, cross back and forth across the creek, and just keep following it. I can see a lightly defined trail here, but not getting much use anytime here recently. Been some blowdowns and all that good stuff. But slow and steady is getting us there. Not killing ourselves, not tiring out too bad. And we're getting there. We're knocking some elevation off here. We're heading up that way somewhere. I could see a blaze right there. We turned off the little creek a little bit, following this part of the drainage up. Weird that my watch would give me a storm alert. I don't know. That's weird. It's sunny as can be. Blue skies out here. Who knows? It's normally pretty accurate though. It always sends me those when some kind of weather's going on, storms. But never really seen it give me one of those when it's like this. Unless something's moving in. I don't think it's supposed to, so I don't know, interesting. Up to 1,900 feet right now. So we really shouldn't have more than 300 more feet of elevation to get to the top of the plateau. At least one good thing about steep inclines is that you knock the elevation off quick. 2,000 feet. Going up there, I can kind of see a plateau up there. A plateau or a false plateau. We're at 2,100 now. as you just saw, we've been coming up from way down there. Top looks like it's right there. I know we got a little more to go, but we should be pretty close now. Okay, here we have it. Here's the other part of the trail, Big Run Trail that I pointed out yesterday when we were coming along, heading up that way on Bucktail Path when we saw that deer blind and everything. So, whew, nothing like a close to 1,000-foot climb to get you going. It wasn't that bad. Just gotta take your time. I know some people could probably blow up something like that, but I'm not one of those people, especially not with a pack like this on. But it really wasn't that bad. Now we're pretty much on the plateau. It should be smooth sailing from here. Always a good sign when the car is still sitting there. And that's going to do it for this one, guys. This was a really fun trip. Had a great time on it. It's always good to be able to get out here for a little bit, even in the colder months. Just do some shorter trips. Anytime you can get out on the trail is a good time. This trip my watch has at 8.58 miles. So without the little mix-ups that I did, somewhere between 8 and 8.5 miles. I think it was like 1,500 feet of elevation gain, 1,600 in descent. So a pretty good trip for the wintertime. Even with the heavy pack, we were able to knock out that elevation. I didn't see one single established campsite the whole way through here. So definitely a remote area. If you're looking for some seclusion, it's great. I think it would be really good for springtime when the fire ban's on anyway, so you can't have a fire, but you still got a little more daylight. Go down, pick a couple trees, find some flat ground for your tent, set up, and just hang out. But I do want to encourage you all to get out here, do some exploring. There's so much public state forest land here in Pennsylvania. All the state forests have maps of every trail system online, easily accessible PDFs. You can download them. So I encourage you to get out, pick a trail, go out, even if it's only for a couple miles. You never know what you might find out here. I really wasn't expecting to find all those like pine forests and beautiful looking trail down there and the gorges and everything like that, walking along the tree lines. Yeah, I didn't see anyone really have any videos of this. I saw one right up, like I said. So it's always great to just pick a spot and go. You never know what you might be able to find. But hey guys, I'm gonna get changed. I gotta get driving. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was great making it for you, like always, and I will see you guys in the next one.